Today's barefoot track is in the Coronation Scenic Reserve, the Kauika Road Loop. Well, it starts off as Frank Holman Memorial Track, and then you jump off that to where you can be in bare feet and walk for at least half an hour on different tracks up here. Coronation Scenic Reserve. To our left we have the Frank Holman Track, which goes all the way over to the start of Russel Road, about an hour and a half to 2 hour walk that links up to the Quarry Arts Centre, which is gravelled. And then there's a loop track that comes back down from the ridge up the top there, which by the looks of it, fingers crossed, is still negged. So we're going to walk up the Frank Holman Track, take our shoes off, walk back down the ridge and the rest of the loop. Once upon a time, you could walk this in bare feet too. Okay, we've come up to the T intersection, so if you continue on the gravel road, you will end up at the Quarry Arts Centre, Quarry Gardens or Russel Road. And then if you go this way, where all the tree roots start, yippee, you'll head back around to the Kauika Road Loop. Running down the ridge we'll fly. I haven't been here for quite a while, but I'm looking forward to this track and all the memories it will bring back. Run with me down this hill. Fingers crossed, we won't fall over and break ourselves. Shoes in one hand, camera in the other. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, look at these friends. So when I used to walk up here, I walked up here quite regularly, and this was my play place. And I would take off my shoes and run up and down this track. Obviously very good for fitness, particularly up on this ridge part. It's just lovely, and the sun is in here all day, but there's also lots of shade. You know, it really is like coming home. I'm so familiar with not every single tree, but the landmark trees. I can look up the track and know the shape of it and know that there's a really beautiful totara tree coming up on the corner there. And I could just tell from looking at the track just the same way as you would look down the street. It's a beautiful thing to become so familiar with the forest. This is what all the bush tracks were like when I was growing up. Random scrabbles up clay and roots, and sometimes you'd have to hold on for dear life to pull you back up. These tracks, I believe they are super important for our human beingness. Okay, and now we've come to the end of that ridge. This pathway, it is very steep, a lot of fun. Goes back down to Kauika Road, but first of all we'll go along to the lookout, which overlooks Quarry Arts Centre. If you're starting out on your barefoot trekking, don't start on this track because there is a lot of rimu all over the paths. It's very painful, and my poor winter feet are feeling a little bit raw. Mount Parihaka. In the distance there is Mount Mania. Down on the city, the Hatia River that runs through the middle of the city. The flashing lights from Caltex, woohoo! And then right below me is the Quarry Arts Centre. Okay, it's time for me to return back to the car. I'm going to admit defeat. The rest of this track is very stony in my poor winter feet. And there we have it, the end of the Kauika Road Loop track.